Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Running Over podcast. I'm Jake Scarborough, joined by my co-hosts Matthew Stotts, Fidel Fabian, and Tyler McIntosh. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Vibing.
So, as you can tell, me and Tyler have our cameras off. Both of us having different reasons. I'm dying. You may be able to tell in my voice. I am sick. Tyler doesn't have his camera hooked up because he's a bozo.
That's what happens when you rearrange your whole setup.
Those two look like they're about to start a cult. So, nevertheless, the races we had over this past weekend, we had IndyCar in Long Beach and NASCAR racing in Martinsville. So, to kick things off, we will talk about IndyCar at Long Beach, where, I don't even remember much about the race. So, Stotts, did you watch it?
I checked in now and then. I did not watch enough of it to talk really much about it. I don't even know who won, honestly.
Oh, it was Kyle Kirkwood.
Oh, okay.
First time winner.
Good win for him. Happy.
Fidel?
Yeah, overall, the IndyCar race was pretty decent. My opinion is probably the lowest rated, for me, the lowest rated IndyCar race of the season. And for how low it was, in my opinion, it was still honestly pretty good. Racing was great, strategy was great. Grosjean finishing runner up once again. Overall, a pretty good weekend for IndyCar.
All right, what about you, Tyler?
Bro,
You don't watch it.
I don't watch no IndyCar races. I don't know what
loser. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'd have to say, good win for Kirkwood. Nice to see him get his first win, especially after the odd rookie season he had with AJ Foyt. Lots of controversy from Long Beach for the wrong reasons, and ironically, it all surrounded Kyle Milot. In qualifying, he wrecked out, and he basically called out IndyCar during his interview, saying like they need to, go over any track updates with all the drivers, and they didn't. So he basically said IndyCar should have to pay for the damages of his car, and well, that got him in a lot of heat. And then in the race, I guess Juncos made a bad strategy call that led to Ilott being in front of Canapino on a restart. Bunch of random stuff from there, and then a bunch of his teammates' fans ended up sending him death threats. So IndyCar had to make a public statement about that. But aside from that, Long Beach isn't really a memorable race each year anyways. It's just kind of one of those jewels on the schedule. So I don't know if any of you guys have anything to touch on the whole Ilott death threats situation, but if you do, feel free to speak up on that.
Stats, why are you laughing?
Awesome. Awesome.
I don't know. Obviously I don't watch IndyCar, but I feel like there should never be a situation on a racetrack that warrants death threats.
Yeah.
It's motorsports. I mean, you're gonna have wrecks. You're gonna have, people doing boneheaded things, but should never ever get to a point where you're sending death threats to people on either side.
Do either of you two have something to touch on it?
Nah, I think Tyler just wrapped it up the way I would have said it.
Yeah. Well, moving forward from that, we had NASCAR running all three of their top series in Martinsville, starting off with the truck race, which ran in wet conditions. We saw the rain tires for the short tracks come out. Race ended up ending due to rain anyways, so a lot of work that did for us. With that being said, Corey Heim took his inaugural win. So, for you guys, how would you rate the race?
It's kind of like Daytona starting off the season for trucks. The second the action was starting to get good, the rain would come in and just ruin all of it. But overall, I give it like a 7 out of 10. It was an okay race. It was glad to see that we were able to see what NASCAR was able to do with the what damp weather package with these trucks at Martinsville. But overall, it's an okay race.
Excuse me.
Jeez. What a way to start
agree.
the conversation.
The race was good. It was probably a 7 out of 10 as well for me. But obviously, if we exclude the rain from the race, it looked like a very good race in my opinion, for especially for a truck race. I thought it was very good. Like Fidel said, seeing the wet weather tires come into play, using them for the first time, which I thought NASCAR used it pretty well, and I think they ran pretty well, and I think honestly made the racing pretty good at the beginning. Obviously, damp conditions, stuff like that, made an interesting type of race. Corey Heim getting out there doing his thing, and then as soon as the action's gonna pick up, shit folds. So maybe I think NASCAR could have possibly waited it out just a little bit more for this rain. I know obviously, you know, they think they're on a tight schedule, but it's whatever. Still a good race though, nonetheless. So 7 out of 10.
I definitely agree with the 7 out of 10 rating. I think the racing was pretty good. Corey Heim was obviously the truck of the field. Kyle Busch was up there every once in a while. I think he was saying after the race was called that he was more of a long run truck, and I think that definitely showed on the restarts because Corey just got out and nobody was really able to touch him. I'm glad to see Tricon finally getting something good for them this year. They've ran well. They've just not had the finishes that they deserved. So hopefully this turns something around for them. And Toyota in general, really. Toyota's just been I don't want to say silent, but across all three series besides the Xfinity series, Toyota hasn't been having too much luck. So hopefully they can figure something out.
Well, moving forward from that, we had the Xfinity race, which, oh boy, Stotts is going to have a fun one talking about that. Was there a Dash for Cash this weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who won that?
Who do you think?
Was it JHM?
Yeah.
I didn't know who was eligible for it. So, all right. Well, there you go. John Hunter Nemechek getting Dash for Cash and the Martinsville win. So, I don't know. Stotts, how do you feel about that one?
I feel good, man. I feel good. Obviously, don't give me no money, but it was good to see him walk away with money. So that's good. It was good to see him win, but most importantly, I think the race was pretty good. No, there was a couple cars you could probably say that deserved to win that. In my opinion, obviously, yes, he led how many ever laps it was, but I think some people didn't look at how some other cars looked on the long run. Like I think Josh Berry should have been up there, if not mired back in some traffic and stuff like that. Sammy Smith, I thought was good. I really felt like this could have been more of who had the clean air. Obviously, this is another somewhat kind of issue with this series is trying to pass, let alone on another short track. But overall, the race was great, especially for me. But as a neutral fan standpoint, I think it was pretty enjoyable, and the burnout was sick. It was pretty lit,
memorable,
literally on fire.
I was gonna say, Homie just made a good pun and nobody
nope,
popped.
I'm not giving it to him.
Typical old man humor right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Boomer.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't watch most of the race because during that race, I was watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Beautiful movie, by the way.
Bro just did a whole.
He was watching a different race, bro. He's watching that Rainbow Road.
Literally.
Did I just spoil part of the movie for myself?
Maybe.
No.
That was in the trailer, though. That was in the trailer.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch the trailer, so we're good.
But yeah. From the parts I was able to watch, it was a good race, good A10 race. Obviously some conflict in the mid pack between drivers trying to get by each other, using the old style front and rear bumpers to their advantage, and that's what you doing.
He's moving
I gotta
things
get
around.
cozy in bed.
Yeah.
He put the blanket on.
Leave him be.
Yeah. Just classic Martinsville racing for the Xfinity series. Obviously, Jay Chin just running away with it and scoring our victory with Cole Custer running up in second.
Oh, dang, I forgot about him.
Poor
Hasn't.
guy. And Leroy being a second driver this season, catching his car on fire while doing a burnout. I'm. It's now a matter of time when a cup driver is going to do that this season. But yeah, overall, 8 out of 10 for Xfinity.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. I think there was a lot of action. You saw a lot of comers and goers, and as far as everybody pulling different strategy and trying different things. I liked the 8 teams decision to pit for the first stage, and then when the second stage came around to stay out and get some track position out of that. I think track position. I mean, it's Martinsville, so track position is going to be huge no matter what. But Barry looked really good. I was hoping to see him kind of be able to do something, but John Henry Nemechek was gone. I think even when he pitted and went to the back of the field, it was one of those things where everybody knew he was going to be back up to the front. It was just a matter of time. Um, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I said, Toyota's been really good in the Xfinity series. We haven't seen much in Cup, haven't seen much in trucks either. So Toyota's obviously doing something right. It's mainly just Joe Gibbs Racing. So John Nemechek's been good. Sammy Smith was really good. Saw a great move out of him, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Around the outside, I think he passed like 2 or 3 cars going into 3 and got to the outside of the leader. So that was pretty cool to see. See him getting better every week and hopefully see what he can do in the season. But definitely, I would say an 8.5.
All right. And then with that, we have the Cup race, which a lot of people had their fair share of complaints about. That being said, because of the short track package, which has received a lot of criticism since the next gen car was making its debut at the short tracks. So, with that being said, Stotts, lead us off for your take.
Sucked.
Well, there you go, Fabian.
Keep it nice and
I'll go in a bit more in depth. Just like last year, no one could pass. Any kind of changes they did to the short track package did not help at all. I really thought Ryan Priest had it for a second until he got a speeding penalty. So just another blow to Storehouse Racing's season. And
this season.
yeah, and out of nowhere, Larson winning at Martinsville was something I did not see happening this season. But apparently that win was really special for him because he's had a lot of trials and tribulations at Martinsville. But yeah, hopefully going into next season, NASCAR just flips a switch instead of having 670 horsepower at short tracks. We get like 1,000 horsepower, bringing it back to the old days where the front of the car will go 30 feet in the air if you get on the throttle and just slam back down going to the corner. But yeah, 6 out of 10 in my book is a very boring race.
Very generous rating of you.
Yeah, too generous. 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but in regards to what happened to Ryan Priest and his speeding penalty, kids that want to come up in the sport, don't do that. So I think that the race itself, it was like Sonic 30 race, different strategies every time. I don't understand how Larson took 2 and was able to. Did he take 2 or 4 on the last stop? Do you guys know? 2? Okay. I don't know how he was able to take 2 and beat people who took 4. Unless, I mean, tires must not have really meant anything, or else
Can't pass.
I don't know. But even then, like Briscoe couldn't stick with him, and I don't understand. Like you'd think that he would at least be able to stick with him and pressure him, but I don't know. Yeah, the package is leaving a lot to be expected, in my opinion. There's not as much action as we should be seeing on Sundays. I mean, I think we saw more action, to be honest, Saturday. It's not really been a rare sight for that to happen at these short tracks. Bristol Dirt was good, but obviously, I mean, that's different. But I don't know. I think the short track package definitely has to change. They got to figure something out to make it better. Not even from a fan standpoint. Just make it to where people can actually race and pass, and don't make it follow the leader. That's what I don't like.
Well, moving.
I just want to point something out real quick. Notable drivers have pointed out that the package needs to go. We got or former drivers as well. I think it was Hamlin, Harvick, or no, it was Hamlin. I know Boyer, and I think Harvick was also the other one pointed out about needing to go back to more horsepower.
And a lot of fans.
Oh yeah, a lot of fans. Yeah, Shinthought fans. Probably 95% of them.
Well, to keep it on the Cup Series topic, after Martinsville, it was announced yesterday, being Wednesday, that Austin Dillon was receiving a penalty. So that being impactful to their point standings, I don't even know where they fell to or where they even were beforehand. But seems like we're seeing almost every Chevy team with one of their cars get a penalty this year for something illegal. Now, they didn't release a reason why, as far as I'm aware, to why Dillon got his penalty, but I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on this?
Hmm. I guess the word that we can use now is not shocked that someone is getting penalized at the end or in the middle of the week, let alone a Chevy team. Obviously we got no details on it. We don't know truly what it is. It could be something completely different from what the other Chevy teams have been working with. We just don't know. I think this is the second time already this season that it was from an R&D, like a car going through R&D. So that's very interesting. Um, so I don't know. They're gonna appeal it. So I guess we'll find out whether what happens or what happened affected them or whatnot. But I guess the word I'm just not shocked anymore, unfortunately. So we'll that's it.
Yeah, we just gotta wait on more details on what NASCAR found on that three car. I think me and Ty just dodged a bullet thinking that maybe Kyle was about to get hit by that penalty too, but right as of right now, he's in the clear. But yeah, I'm starting to see that more teams are starting to fiddle with the next gen car after using it for a year. Now they're trying to find some loopholes, maybe something there where they can pull an extra maybe 20, 30 horsepower into the car. Maybe just some more extra downforce to get through the corners a bit quicker. But yeah. We gotta see how this penalty goes out.
So I know with the three, it was the rear end housing,
Oh,
something through there, which is honestly interesting. But and I want to say this, and I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist here, but this is a hot take. All right. Um, Somebody put a list on Twitter of all the cars that were penalized last year and all the cars that have been penalized so far this year, and all I'm saying is there wasn't a Chevy touch last year. It was Ford and Toyota. This week or this season, it's all Chevy. I don't know. I don't want to open a jar of worms here, but it's odd. It's odd.
That's a good theory. I see. I could see why. It's a good theory here.
And it so far, I mean, there might have been a couple Fords this year, I'm not sure. But looking at the list, I think there might have been a Chevy last year, but I was looking at names to see if anybody had been penalized both seasons, and I don't see a single. Um, Obviously, other than the Hendrick cars that have been penalized both times this year, I haven't seen anything that was somebody got penalized this year and last year. It's just odd. Maybe it's nothing and it's just a coincidence. But that's just something that's it's a little weird.
well, yeah, I don't really understand what's going on. We saw a few times last season where penalties, but this season, what, we're only 6, 7 races in, something
I think we're
ridiculous like that.
we're barely coming up on a quarter.
Yeah, and we've already got this many penalties, and they're all Chevy. I
I
Yeah,
don't.
mean,
this
and the Hendrick cars twice.
Yeah, we had what, all 4 Hendrick cars. Then it was the
Then it was Bowman
48
and
and
Byron.
yeah. So it's not looking good. You'd think, with Colleague getting their penalty cut down to what Hendrick got, you thought it was only going to be between, those two, and then you just see RCR thrown into this and it being something totally different. So odd
do
to
our
see.
have a connection of any source? Do we know about that?
RCR is only connected to Colleague.
Okay.
So neither of them are connected to Hendrick because Hendrick does everything themselves. At least from what I'm aware of. But I don't know. Aside from that, only a few other things to touch on. Today being Thursday, IndyCar had its open test at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we walk our way into the month of May for the Indy 500. News coming out of that was that Beretta Autosport will not be participating in the Indy 500 due to a bunch of last minute things, I guess, not working out. So the all-female team not entering the Indy 500 still have yet to make a start this year. So it seems like we are done with the team announcements for the Indy 500, but Fabian's the only person here who watched the open test today. So Fabian, if you'd like to walk us through what happened.
Yeah, just obviously the story of I'm losing train of thought right now. Jesus Christ, I'm like having a stroke. But most drivers today were just complaining about wind. The second the wind got over 20 or 30 miles per hour, it was crazily unstable for every single car. And now that rain is going to impact tomorrow for testing, they had to increase testing. They had to push it up earlier by an hour and extend it by 30 minutes. So maybe this could cause something for maybe bump day for some drivers where they don't have that extra bit of track time to figure some things out. Who knows? Uh just with New Garden on top for testing, but other than that, there was very lacking. That's all I can say. Very lacking for testing today. But that's all I got.
All right. And well, although we don't really report on WRC, me and Fabian both watch it. We had news. What was it on Saturday, Sunday?
It happened on Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, Thursday last
Wow.
week.
Yeah, because we didn't record last week due to a bunch of scheduling conflicts and technical difficulties on our end. So last week, while they were doing, I'm assuming it was shakedown, right?
It was testing for Croatia.
Okay. So yeah, testing for Croatia. Driver Craig Breen had a fatal accident, which obviously with the Croatia rally taking, but it started this morning. They started something
Yeah.
today. Yeah. Obviously, Hyundai is running a tribute scheme. A bunch of the teams are running his quotes, or like just quotes of him on their car. It's weird to see because we've had some fatalities this year. Obviously, we started the year with Ken Block. We had now this rallycross driver passed away a couple months ago. I'm not recalling his name right off the bat. What?
Oh, yeah. Rallycross in general.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
my fault. My fault.
I was like, where, what were you saying? But yeah, so the fatalities this year have all happened in like the rallycross world, which is sad. But looking at this weekend in Croatia, you see all these teams and drivers and all that come together. It's something special, and it's sad to see. And today they had like the moment of silence and all that. So just thought we should mention that with the passing of Craig Breen, obviously a big name in the rally world. But aside from that, the only thing else we have to talk about are predictions for Talladega this weekend in NASCAR, being the Xfinity and Cup Series. So, with that being said, Matthew?
Mm-hmm. We just naming them right now. Like, we're just gonna go to Chuck.
Yep.
First of all, may rest in peace. That's very, very upsetting and tragic to hear. Obviously, hearing about it from you too, or I think it was from Jake. What was it, like a day ago or something like that? Yesterday we talked about it. Very tragic. So prayers to the family and everybody over there. My picks for this weekend. Obviously, it's Talladega, so you're thinking underdogs. For trucks, I'm actually going to go with Matt Crafton. As much as I hate to say it,
Sir,
what?
there are no trucks this weekend.
I'm retarded. Excuse my excuse.
You can't say that, Scott.
Oh my.
When I said Matt Crafton, I was like, oh my goodness, I meant the Matt Crafton of Xfinity. I meant to say Austin Hill. I mean, he is a plate merchant, not necessarily, but he's really good at plate tracks. Is what it is. Um, so yeah, Austin Hill for Xfinity and the Cup. Who do I? I don't know. No, let's go Ty Gillen. I don't know. I'm on the Ty Gillen hype, man. I love this kid. I love him. It's good to see him doing well, and I think he can stay out of trouble and win the Cup race at Talladega.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go the default route for Xfinity and just say Austin Hill. He is literally the king of plate tracks currently. He kind of reminds me of early 2000s Dale Earnhardt Jr., just early 2000s DEI, just unstoppable at plate tracks currently. Uh, for Cup, I'm gonna say Logano. I don't know why. I have a feeling that Logano is gonna win at Talladega. He won at Atlanta, which is kind of super speedway now, but I feel like he's gonna bring that super speedway momentum to Talladega.
You guys are boring today. You guys don't have any good picks, like no random
That's
ones.
what I'm saying.
Come on,
It's
I mean,
Austin
y'all,
Hill.
no,
Yeah,
y'all
well,
both
I
said
haven't. I
Austin.
haven't
I get
picked
that.
yet. I haven't picked yet. So you know
Oh, I'm
I'm
not
gonna
talking
have the
about you.
off the
I'm talking
wall
about
The
one.
these two,
last
man. I'm
underdog we
talking about
had to
these
win,
two, man.
the last underdog to win at Talladega and Xfinity kind of made political news in the worst way possible.
And where is he now?
Out of a
Oh,
ride.
Well, that ain't his fault. But you
Yeah.
know,
It's not his fault, but it's just
my
bad place, bad time.
pick for the Xfinity race. We're going Parker Kligerman. He's gonna get it done. He's got that mentality. He's gonna put in victory lane. We're going to the Cup race, boys. I'm going controversial with this one. You're gonna hate it. You're not gonna like it. All right, hear me out. Listen. He's been good before. This could be his last season. We don't know. Eric Almirola wins the Cup race.
I like that. I like that
Okay.
pick. I like that pick.
Well, I don't know. I'm on some interesting picks. For the Xfinity race, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of an oddball. Not really. Anthony Alfredo. I feel like
Okay, when I said boring picks, I didn't mean go that deep.
no. I feel like Anthony Alfredo can sneak one away at Talladega in that 78 car. Obviously he's full time in that car, but I feel like he can sneak something out. Looking at Cup though, I want to agree with Matthew. I want to say I'm on board with that Todd Gillen hype. I like seeing him, perform well this year. We've got 3 front row cars in the field, but I'm gonna roll the dice on this one and say Ty Gibbs.
Oh man, you had my respect. All like, man, come on now.
He's gonna get a win at some point this year.
I hope not.
It's got controversial win though. Keep that in mind. It's Ty Gibbs.
So what are you saying? He's not gonna wreck someone for the win?
Oh, I mean,
He
he'll wreck
could.
anybody.
He'll already be out of the race.
He'll do a Brian Vickers, dude. He'll wreck Denny,
He'll
Truex.
try doing what Hemrick tried at Atlanta.
Yeah, except knowing him, he'll probably actually get it done, which is upsetting.
Jeez. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else to touch on?
You want to talk about? I mean, Arca is also a Talladega, but obviously, I don't think any of us know anybody in the field for that race.
Okay. I know like 1, 2 people, 3 people, something like that.
No one person.
Oh yeah, who's your
Natalie
one person?
Decker and her.
Hey, Taylor.
Actually, I don't think that's YouTube
Her-
appropriate.
Yeah, her OF car. That's
He
what
said,
we're
I don't think that's YouTube.
yeah, the OF car is gonna win.
I heard Fidel's a subscriber.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I can't even afford Twitter Blue.
That hat says you are one.
Yeah, that hat you're wearing. Give a good look. Yeah, there you go. That hat definitely means he's subscribed. But I just gotta
Actually-
go. I gotta go with a good old man in the middle. If you catch my drift.
No, you did not just do that.
Yeah, I
I
think.
don't. You can pick him, but you can't say it like that.
What? You
Nothing.
don't think Frankie? What's wrong with Frankie?
That's
What's
that's
wrong with
cringe
Frankie?
as crap, man.
I don't care.
How many times I've heard Malcolm in the Middle?
No, there was a reason at Daytona. I pointed out that they were going to say on the broadcast at any given point he put it 3 wide in the middle. They were going to say Malcolm's in the middle.
Well, that's not a hard bet. That's not a hard
yeah,
bet.
too bad. Too bad. I think he's going to win.
What were the odds on that? Negative 500?
You.
I got Taylor Gray.
Oh, I didn't even know he was racing ARCA this weekend.
I got, you know what? Tony Bridinger.
I got a Venturini car winning.
You got a specific one?
Nope.
No
Bandwagon.
Amber Balkan pick.
Oh, really?
Bandwagon.
Typical.
Bandwagon.
What
Well,
other women are?
Logan's racing.
Oh, is he?
Huh?
Whatever, what's Balkan or whatever? I don't know. How to
There's
say it.
Amber Balkan. I believe Natalie Decker's racing. Then you have Tony Bridinger.
Is a
What?
Is the goofy looking one racing? I don't know.
Oh no! You did not just say that.
Gorge.
The one that finished the highest out of all of them at Daytona.
Yeah, but we all know. That's the only way I can refer to her if I don't know her name.
Okay, I don't even remember. Anyways, I think that's a way to end it off.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to lock Stotts in solitary confinement. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll come back on Wednesday going over everything from Talladega, any other news, and then predictions moving forward. I don't even know what race is after Talladega, to be honest with you guys.
Over?
Oh, disgusting. Okay, with that being said, we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Peace.